I'm just bugging out because I'm like, I feel like I'm at the table with a real character.
Get to know me. Ask me some questions.
Yeah.
Let's get to know each other.
That's awesome, man.
I mean, we just said hi.
Yeah, I know, but I'm a fan, and I needed to express it.
Yeah, me too, though.
Yeah.
Me too, because, we're from a small town, and a lot of bands, that... First of all, there wasn't a lot of bands in the first place. And usually it'd be like, oh, we're going to go see George's band, because we all know who's in the band and stuff like that. We went to school with them. So... yeah, you just go out, play some pool, have some drinks, watch the band, then go to work the next day.
This feels like a really good TV show, like small town band and how they get to like be the superstars of that band, but no one knows who they are outside of it. That would be sick.
See, Mimi should be here because there's a show we wanted to talk to you about too. Yeah.
Is it Cribs?
No.
because where's Cribs?
No.
What happened to it?
No, it's something to do with country music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Country music.
Yeah.
Did you grow up listening, like what kind of music were you listening to? Just regular stuff, normal stuff that kids were listening to? Or did you like focus on rock and soul and that's where you like got most of your influences from? Or were you listening to hip hop and...
my household, I grew up, we listened to Michael Jackson and James Brown and Elvis and Prince. Listened to a lot of Prince. My dad was a huge Prince fan. And then when I'd go stay at my grandma's house, we're listening to like Dion, Supremes, all this old kind of 50s doo-wop music. And I loved it because, I love my grandma. So when we spend time together, we listened to all this great music. I knew all the words and knew how all the songs went. And I think that informed me early on about how to write a song. And I was getting it from this old pop format from, the 50s. And then when I was about 13, 14, my friends, you start hanging out with your friends and they smoke pot and things like that. And they listen to like this far out music. So I started hanging out with them kind of kids and started listening to like Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd. And I didn't know anything about that. I was missing out. I was hugely missing out. And that's when I really started getting into songwriting. It became really interesting to me because you didn't have to do one thing with these particular bands, especially a band like the Rolling Stones, who are always like, throughout the years, they always reinvented themselves, what they were interested in. And of course, Pink Floyd, they're like genreless. They just do whatever they want. And it's different for everyone, of course, but from my experience, it was like you could like drink and drug or get pregnant, or you go find something else to do. Obviously, found something else to do. I drank and drug a little bit.
Do you think traveling around the world is also opening up or inspiring different things about your music?
Traveling around the world.
Because you probably didn't do that as a kid.
No, that was really new. This band opened up so many opportunities. I didn't have like lofty ambitions. I was like, how am I gonna make a world that's gonna be just okay, that I could live in?
I would say like when I was doing research, looking at all the different interviews, actually probably most of the ones I saw were when you guys were doing the first album. I could tell that you guys were super confident in the music, but that you were like really shocked by the reaction of it. Like, was that something that really took you guys by surprise, how quickly you guys like became everyone's sort of fan favorite so fast?
So we used to practice in my house. I used to live in this little blue house in Athens City next to railroad tracks, and that's where we would practice Tuesdays and Thursdays. And our bass player, Zach, he was standing on the porch with me, and I was like, man, would you want to tour? If we could ever tour? And he was like, nah. He's like, I like my job.
Wow.
I'll tell you, he worked at a vet clinic, but he liked it. We're kind of people who didn't have real high expectations for the whole thing. We believed in what we were doing. We all enjoyed creating something. And then here we are,
Wow. It's crazy. I know you hear music. I know you feel music. Do you see it in your head?
I think I would say I see it in terms of place and setting. Like kind of like if someone were to show you a movie and they were to say, write a soundtrack for this movie. It's kind of like that. So you start off with a sound or a tone or something like that and reminds you of this. And you go, oh, it's like this. It's like I'm walking through the desert and the sun's about to come up. and it's still a little cold, but it's about to get warm. It's kind of like that. And then a song like Dunes comes out from just this one kind of idea. And I think that's how a lot of my writing could be.
Wow.
I was watching an interview they were doing and how much respect they had for you as an artist and a writer and your lyrical abilities. But I think part of it is like where you guys came from is something that is a foundation that will never break, like between you guys, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And also everything we've been through together and coming up together.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was just leaving the hotel and I saw our drummer, Steve. And Steve was like, man, what if we win a Grammy? Who's going to talk? I was like, you, right? He said, don't want to hear me talk. He's like, I just don't want to follow you. I want it to be me and then you go. And he's like, what are you going to say? And I'm like, man, I don't even want to think about this right now. I don't even know. But they're the best dudes, you know.
How did you guys meet Blake Mills?
Blake? Oh, see, we were fans of Blake. He'd come up with that record, Break Mirrors, that came out. And I was listening.
For those who don't know, Blake is the one who produced the second album, right?
Yeah, we made co-produced.
Co-produced.
So we came in together and made this record. Working with him was like really working. It wasn't like you handing off something to somebody and they're doing it for you. It was like you're working. I don't like that. Well, I don't like that. That's why this isn't good. Well, that's why that ain't good. Well, let's come up with something new. All right, let's go sit in this room, come up with something new. Okay. Play it, listen to it. I don't like that no more. Okay, let's go back to the first thing. You know what I mean? It's like actually working. And I got to give it to him because he's patient and he's respectful to what we wanted to do. And you know, as genius as he is, he let us be the band we are. And he listened to us, and we all nurtured something together and come up with this record. So I got to give Blake a lot of respect for that.
Wow.
Are you excited about the Grammys? Is the Grammys like something that is
crazy,
something you ever thought about, like growing up, that you wanted? Or
No. No, man. I don't even know how I would feel if I got a Grammy. Cause what then?
I think I need you to get one.
When you get one,
all right,
how are you gonna feel?
I don't know.
I'm telling you, when you get one, when you get many.
How'd you feel when you got your first Grammy?
You know,
what was your first Grammy?
You know, I don't remember. You know, that was a very tricky.
Damn, that's gangster.
I'm really sorry.
I don't remember.
Because
that was the most hood thing he's ever said on the show.
Nah, because as grateful as I am, I really hate thinking about the past like that.
Okay.
You know, I'm such a, enthusiast for the present. So that's a gift. But I know I do remember getting it, and I remember it's a tricky question because I was a different person then.
Okay.
So when we got the Grammy, then you couldn't tell me shit.
Got you.
And I behaved that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I was probably a horror to be around. And at that time, the people that I looked up to was like, I own this, I have that, I got this, I got that. So when I got it, I felt like I needed to behave that way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's clouded by, egotistic emotions, and then it's also like oh man, this is crazy. Like Michael Jackson held one of these.
Yeah.
Lionel Richie is stood there. Quincy Jones has a plethora of these. It's like, whoa, okay, man, we're now a part of something. It made you feel like you were a part of something. But then, as I got older, I realized what really matters to me about it is it's acknowledgement by this body of people that you respect. All these musicians that have been doing it far longer and far greater than you decided to acknowledge you. So for me, I feel like that has been the most rewarding part of it, because it's like you respect these people. You respect so many of them, and they've done things you're like, what made you think about that?
Yeah,
like how I feel about you and your band right now. Like, it's like, what do you? And by the way, I know you asked me about the Grammy, but it totally makes sense to me that your music sounds the way it does because of everything all the intention that you guys put in it in your process.
Mm-hmm.
I respect you on a whole other level.
I respect you too, man. Thanks for having me here.
No, thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna hug you again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me wear your ring. What's that? That ain't your wedding ring, is it?
This one is. This one.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Thank you.
I got an Apple Watch, you know. Okay. I just got it, and the time is wrong. I don't know how to set the timer. So if anybody knows how to work these, please. I'm an hour late.
I'm sure there's somebody around here that can figure it out.